Hello everyone. So this is the Kremlin in Nizhny Novgorod. So it's really cool. I'll show you the area around it. I made a video down there is Bolshaya Pokrovsky. So it leads up. Now we're on the hill where the Kremlin is. More beautiful neoclassical architecture with ionic pillars. Yes, I was correct that they're ionic. Okay, I'll show you the view. This is Chkalovskoy. He was like an aviator. He he like flew across the North Pole or something. So this is the view from the Kremlin of the Volga River. So the Volga River connects with the Oka River, which divides the city. I live on the other side of the river. So, yeah, here it connects with the Volga River. So this is the Volga. Beautiful views from here. The ice is all melting. Maybe it's really spring. I'm still skeptical. But yeah, the ice is melting. That's a good sign. So yeah, we're pretty high up, as you can see. Which makes it different from Moscow. We're much higher up than Moscow as far as where the Kremlin is. These steps were built by German prisoners of war. Like during and after the war. I guess primarily after the war, but yeah, it was built by German prisoners of war. Obviously there were no steps here during medieval times because the whole idea of putting on such a big hill was so that enemies can't attack it as easily. These stairs that I'm going down on, they were built by German prisoners, like I said, were World War II prisoners, not World War I prisoners. So yeah, I think this is beautiful, man. It's so cool. I think, and a lot of people I know said the same thing, that the Nizhny Novgorod Kremlin is more impressive than the Moscow Kremlin. I mean, the Moscow Kremlin is just like on one level and just big walls and high towers. I think actually the Nizhny Novgorod Kremlin has more towers. I'm not sure. I'll have to fact check that than the Moscow Kremlin. But here, the Nizhny Novgorod Kremlin is on different levels. By the way, that's the stadium where the 2018 World Cup was. Yeah, it's on different levels, and it's much more like detailed and different type of like architecture and everything. And it's super cool, and it's so high up. Yeah, I definitely think it's more impressive than the Moscow Kremlin. So, okay, I showed you the views. Come walk around it. I'm gonna take a video of the inside of the Kremlin too. Might be another video, or it might be this video. Should I go further down? I think I showed the best part from the stairs there. So yeah, this is the whole Kremlin. Really nice buildings across the street. I don't know, should I go down? Maybe I should go down the stairs. Yeah, I feel like I want to go down the stairs more. And maybe walk around it from that end. And I'll save the inside of the Kremlin for another video. Here you can walk inside just. You don't have to pay. In Moscow, you have to pay a lot of money to get inside. And you have to pay for museums if you want to go to museums here. But in general, you don't have to pay. Okay, am I going to walk all the way down here? And go around that way? Yeah, what the hell? Oh man, it's so awesome. It's so freaking beautiful. Yeah, I like living here. I absolutely prefer living here to Moscow. I was in Moscow again recently, and man, this is so much cooler. And so much more beautiful, absolutely. I mean, Moscow is great too, but... Okay, these stairs are called stairs. Are called Tchaikovsky stairs. And after the aviator dude. I had some students, teenager students, that in the winter, one of them dared them to ride down these rails. And he was having fun, and then so he comes in with his face all bruised to class. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, I was riding down the Tchaikovsky stairs. And he slipped and fell off because it was all ice, you know. So, yeah. This is beautiful. Yeah, gotta admit, you don't really see stuff like this in America. At least not where I've been. Actually, to my shame, I haven't really traveled much in America. No, I've traveled my friends and I used to go to drive from New York, around New York City, to Montreal. So we saw northern part, New England. Sometimes I'd go to Boston with my family. We used to drive down to Florida when I was a kid, and that was really nice. So I saw the East Coast of America, and once I went to Texas, and once I went to San Francisco. But that's about it. When I get back to America, I definitely want to visit more different places in America. I think I've been to more places in Europe than I have been to America. I have, definitely. Which is sad. So yeah, this is our beautiful Kremlin. I can't believe I'm saying our. Oh yeah, I've lived here for what? 17 now, about... My son's 16, so I lived here for about 14 years. So yeah. I consider myself a Nizhny Novgorodian. Oh, by the way, the Kremlin... Well, I'm walking down the stairs and it says 1221, 1221. So, yeah, the city was founded in 1221, and it's one of the first things they do when they find the city, they build the Kremlin. So, yeah. So 1221. That is cool. So, walking around the Kremlin. Yeah, again, walking around Moscow Kremlin is not as interesting. This is the more interesting side to walk on. And because you're going down the hill. And you get to different levels. I wonder what the oldest place I've ever been to. Russia's not as old as, so as far as like the cities and stuff, as some places in Europe. I guess the oldest place I've ever been to is like Athens and the Acropolis. Yeah, definitely that's the oldest place I've ever been. Ah, it's only been 11 minutes.
Давайте сейчас мы решим до конца дня этот вопрос, и я обязательно дам обратную связь.
Going down. There's views of the Volga River. I hope this is going to, like, when it's a video, I'm holding the phone like up and down. I hope when it's a video it'll be like full screen. I don't know, maybe I should try it sideways. I don't know, I'm used to holding my phone up and down. Damn, I hope the video is going to be full screen. Actually, I rewatched some of my videos on YouTube, and yeah, it looks like it goes to full screen. Let me try doing this sideways. Should I start making videos like this instead? I guess I could. I'm just doing all this on my phone, so it's not very professional. And I still gotta improve my technique. I don't know which way is better to hold the phone. Yeah, I'm really happy when I go like to the center. It really makes me feel like it's kind of worth living here. Or it's certainly not as bad as sometimes my, I wouldn't say fantasy, but sometimes like how I feel like, oh, well, yeah, I do feel I'm stuck in Russia, but sometimes it's not that bad, and sometimes it's a good thing. And it makes me really happy. Like beautiful places like this. Yeah. So again, lower down. I don't know how high this is. I didn't check. I think Campia is a little 200 meters now. I think it's higher than 200 meters. I'll check that for next time. So let's look up that way. So that's looking up now. I guess I could turn my phone like all around. I wonder how it'll be. Okay, I'm still amateur at this, so bear with me. I still think it's interesting. Not that I get any likes, but I don't care. I'm doing this more for... I mean, I'd like to get likes and stuff like that, and people are watching and views. But even if I don't, I'm kind of doing this to preserve my own memories and stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys find it interesting. I find it weird to say you guys when you're talking about girls also. like in English. For me, you guys just mean guys. So when I say you guys, but I don't mean just guys. You know what I mean? You all. I never got used to saying that. That's like a southern thing. You all. All of you, okay. But not you all. Here's an icon in mosaic of Kazansky, Mother of God. It's a modern icon. Kazansky, Mother of God is a very old icon. It was founded like at the time of the conquest of Kazan under Novgorod, and the legend is it was like found under a tree, I think, or something like that, in the roots of a tree, or is that the root icon of Mother of God? Anyway, it's called Kazansky because like it was found or painted during the siege of Kazan, as far as I remember. So now we're going back up the Kremlin. So back up the hill, I mean. Yeah, this is really cool. So you can always tell like icons if they were made like in modern times, like recently, or if they're really old, like were made hundreds of years ago, or even like 200 years ago. Or like, I can immediately tell if it was an icon from the 1500s or a modern version done in the style of the 1500s. Okay, how can you tell? Okay, it might sound weird. Like my neighborhood church, it was like destroyed during Soviet times and rebuilt, and they all have hand-painted icons, all in style of you know, classical iconography, like from 1500s or so. But you can tell just, I don't know how to explain it, the spirit of it. I mean, they're beautiful and all, but something you could just tell, it's modern. There's something you don't have. It's not because it looks brand new and stuff, no. You don't have a certain, it's hard to explain. Yeah, there's just a different spirit to it, a different feeling to it. So right now we're going around the tower. Let's look at the city. Oh, now we're right against the walls. Wow, this is cool. Okay, I've said it for the 100th time, but this beats the hell out of walking around the Moscow Kremlin. This is 1,000 times cooler. Wow, we're right by the walls. 12:21. I just touched the 855-year-old wall. I don't know as much about the history of this Kremlin as they do about Moscow. I couldn't find much information about it. Wow, this is so cool. So this is the city. The churchway in the background is Alexander Nevsky Church. It's like the main cathedral here. I'm going to do a separate video about that. Right nearby is also where I go to the opera often. one of the two opera houses I go to. And this is a stadium built for 2018 World Cup. And there's the Volga. The Volga River. And finally, we're going to come up on a church. You can see it in the distance. If you've noticed, there hasn't been many churches on my walk along Bolshaya Pokrovska and around the Kremlin. There is a church in the Kremlin, the oldest church actually in Nizhny Novgorod, even though it looks pretty modern. Must have been rebuilt and stuff like that, but yeah, there's not as many churches here as in Moscow or St. Petersburg. I think that has to do with Soviet times. They destroyed a lot of the churches. Definitely. There were a lot more churches, but during Soviet times they destroyed a lot and never bothered rebuilding them afterwards. So here we're coming down to this street. I think is called Rozdviensk. Okay, hard word to say. Basically, Street of the Birth, talking about like the birth of Christ. So, could be called Christmas Street. Let me try to say it again. Rozdviensk. No. Let me try it again. I do basically speak Russian. Okay, here's the first church. I don't know what it's called. But so yeah, my whole walk along Bolshaya Pokrovska and around the Kremlin, and this is the first church that we came across. There was only one chapel. So yeah, it's this classic Russian Orthodox architecture. You can also tell from the domes if they're real gold leaf or they're just like gold paint or like a plastic gold. I've noticed that also. This actually might be real gold leaf. It doesn't really have the plastic sheen. Yeah, like the Kremlin in Moscow. So it's cool how this is going down into the street, right? So we're on a hill and it's going on and down into this like beautiful street. Yeah, it's a cool view. So the Kremlin in Moscow has a lot of churches. And in Red Square, of course, there's the famous St. Basil Cathedral and other churches. And inside the Kremlin walls, there's a lot of churches. But yeah, I guess, like I said, most of them were destroyed. There was another church I want to show you down there, but this street will go down another time. Right now, let's focus on the Kremlin. So, we're going back up. I'm getting a lot of good exercise today. I've noticed I walk longer when I'm making videos because it like keeps me busy and I don't notice the time going by. Like the other day I was doing like videos. I'm like, whoa, I walked 25 kilometers. I didn't even notice it basically. What the K stands for, I don't know. What that symbolizes or... Okay, so now we went all the way down to the base of the Kremlin. And now we're going back up. I think I've done a pretty good job of avoiding taking video of people. Man, this is so beautiful. I can't get over it. Wow, man. And right now we're right at the church. Let me just go across here. And we're right at the church. I'm not even zooming in. Before I'm zooming in a little. Before I was zooming in, so we're right here. I wish I knew what the name of the church was. And yeah, this church overlooking the river. Really nice view. That's weird, I couldn't pronounce the name of the street. Okay, Christmas is Rождество. Okay, I can pronounce that. So I guess it's the ending I can't pronounce. Let me try it again. Rождественский. No. I don't think people would even understand me if I asked them where it is. I should learn Russian more, but I'm not motivated to. Cause, you know, I feel like I'm stuck here and that sucks and I don't want to be here. But at times I do want to be here, like now. This is a big bell, commemorative of something. I don't know what. I can read the inscription. Yeah, even the bell tower is cool. Let's see, what does it say? It's in like Church Slavonic, Old Russian. Привет, святитель, святитель. All the titles of the fire truck. No. Why don't they have a sign? And it's the church again. And the Volga River. And bell tower. Oh, there's another church. Oh, there's two more churches there. Yeah. Russian church architecture is very beautiful. Very, very different in comparison to like European church architecture. Oh wow, cool. Look, there's a staircase going through the walls there. Oh, I've never been there. Oh, that is cool. I probably won't have time this time to go through it. I want to walk all the way around, but oh yeah, that's cool. Oh man, that's sick. Damn. But I want to get all the way around, so I'll go down there another time. That's really cool. And look how the walls are going up like that. So cool. I love like medieval stuff and yeah. Now going up the stairs. So what else can I talk about? As you can see, there's still a lot of snow, but it's slowly but surely melting.
Круто, да? А ты побоишься, что ты... Дай все,
Little kid, yeah. Kruta, да? Kruta is like cool. Wow. Не парапет, не залезет. Hey, don't climb. What does parapet mean? Oh, I wonder if I can get a photo of me here. Do you see me? I have no idea. Am I visible? I think I would be. Okay. Oh, so here's the tunnel. Yeah, there's a staircase. Are you allowed up there? I don't know. Oh, there's a staircase. I would assume you do. Yeah, very beautiful place. If I have to be stuck in Russia, this is the place I want to be stuck. Or St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg is also like very flat area. There's no big hills like this. But St. Petersburg is like super beautiful. One of the most beautiful cities in Europe. In the world, actually. So we made it to the bottom of the Kremlin and pretty much to the top. Yeah. Oh, I should have counted how many stairs. I could have figured out how high it is. Okay, let's continue. So that was the coolest part. This cool part's like inside too, where you can walk around. You can walk on the walls actually. I haven't done that, but like actually, like you see where those like windows are. You can walk along that corridor. They're not called windows. They're called something else, I think, in like medieval architecture. What are they called? For some reason, the word parapet is coming to me, but I don't think that's the right word. So, yeah. I'm having a great time. Right now, I'm looking at the views. Let's see. Oh, there's the church. That's in Vladimir style of architecture. The dome needs to be gold leafed. So that's gold. That's real gold leaf. You can tell by the sheen, and it doesn't look plastic. And obviously, they have to re-leaf it. the leaf is coming off. My dad used to do that. Gold leaf stuff. I used to help him. It's a very interesting process. And what's also interesting, why am I going so fast? Sorry. What's also interesting, my dad used to like gold plate stuff, and that's a really cool. We had like a store mainly of religious items, but also Russian like cultural things, and we made crosses and stuff like that, and out of silver, out of gold. And he taught me how to gold plate. So it's really cool. You basically have a vat of acid, and you put a solid gold bar in it, and it's like electrically charged, the vat of acid, and then you put in what you want to be gold leaf, gold plated, like next to it but not touching it, and the gold just starts going off of the gold bar, and just attracting to the silver. It's really interesting. If that's how I remember it when I was a kid doing it. Somehow it gets attracted to the silver. It just starts like floating off, like almost like snowflakes being pushed in the wind. So still trying to figure out how high it is. So as you can see, it's really steep. So it would be very difficult for like enemy soldiers to climb up here, alright? Because it's a very steep hill. There's some more churches in the distance. Okay. Whoa, 37 minutes. Okay, I guess it's pretty much the same. Well, until I get around there. I guess I'll cut this off now. Let's see. Yeah, this is running pretty long. Now let me get to the end. That's basically the same here. So yeah, that's the Kremlin. Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. I'm just waiting if on the other side there's something cool to see. Let me walk quicker. Okay, what else can I say about Nizhny Novgorod? Yeah, the fair, when they used to have like the merchants fair, that must have been really interesting. Like people just from all over the world selling their goods and all. But now, the place is still like, there's buildings there and they have like exhibitions or like fairs there. But of course it's not a big international thing like it used to be. So, Nizhny Novgorod is on the route to Kazan. So like, when they wanted to conquer Kazan, like, for the Kazan, the Tatars from Kazan would often come and raid Russian territory and burn and pillage and take slaves that they would then sell. So, like Ivan the Terrible decided to conquer Kazan. And basically all the campaigns to Kazan, they would first stop at Nizhny Novgorod, because it's on the route and the biggest like city to get resupplied and everything. So yeah, it's a historical city. Okay, let's see details here. Kremlin. Whoa. Okay. Okay, the city began in 1221, but okay, Koromyslova Bashta. Oh, okay, so this tower was built in 1508 to 1511. So this tower was built in 1508. So yeah, I think like the Kremlin, the way we see it now, is from the like the 1400s, I think. Not sure, I couldn't find the information on that. But in general, it was started like probably in wood, like Moscow Kremlin. It was started in 1221. So we're coming. It's very big. I don't know. For some reason, I think it's bigger than Moscow Kremlin. See, there's another nice church. Again, that's in Vladimir style, I think. Well, the dome's a little different. Oh, and that church, it's interesting. If you go downstairs, there is a, what's it called? Basically, there's a bunch of skulls and bones, like behind glass. And a little table there where you can light icons and say a prayer. But yeah, there's like a bunch of actual bones and skulls you can see. There's a special word for it. I forget. In my old age, I'm starting to forget things. I hope that's not true. What's the word for a place like where you store bones and stuff, like behind glass where it's still visible? I hope I'm not losing my memory, man. That would be bad. Here's a cool little bridge. I hope the length of this video doesn't like, well, no, that's stupid. It's like, you don't have to watch the whole thing, obviously. You still can watch it without watching the whole thing. Right, there's no limit how long YouTube it can go. I've seen videos that go over an hour or 2 hours and stuff. So yeah, now we're getting back to where we were. So we went completely around the Kremlin. There's a church, I think it's called the Church of St. Nicholas. With the ossuary, that's the word I was looking for. Ossuary is like a display of bones and skulls. Not necessarily a display, but where they're like out in the open and can be seen, basically. Okay, yeah, so we're back. Not yet, but almost back to where we started, so we might as well finish this off and walk completely around the Kremlin. Yeah, so you're also between, you can't see it, but there's a big like valley between here. So yeah, when I feel down in the dumps about being stuck in Russia, yeah, I come here or to other beautiful places, and it definitely cheers me up. Yeah, having a great mood. Oh shit, I have a lesson today. I hope I make it home in time. What time is it? Okay, well, it's a long video. Okay, let's just get to Dmitrovsky Varota, and then I'll stop. But yeah, I gotta get home. I forgot. Well, I did forget. I just lost track of time. But yeah, we might as well go through the whole thing. I'm moving quicker now. Bam. And next time I should wear a watch. Do people wear watches anyway? Yeah, this one too. 1508, this tower. Okay, I don't want to ruin the video at the last minute by walking too fast. So that's one of the gateways inside the Kremlin. That'll be for another video. Seems nobody minds people taking videos. That's good. It's okay. We're gonna go Dmitrovsky Gate, where we can see back where we started. Oh, I'm glad I took the whole route around. I was like, oh, should I go this way or go that way? Or go all the way around. I'm glad I went all the way around. Okay, we'll end with the mosaic of Saint Dimitri at the Dimitri Gate. So this is the center. This is called the, oh no, this is the George Gate, Georgi. It's a mosaic of St. George. Okay, I guess the Dmitrovsky Gate is further up. A lot of people, some are putting photo in them. Okay. So, we've walked completely around. Well, it's just a marble, basically completely around. Alright. And I'll give one last view of the street. So this is the street in front of the Kremlin. Again, beautiful neoclassical architecture. That's the university building. So, yeah. And that was the tour of the Kremlin. in Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. Hope everyone enjoyed. Goodbye. До свидания. Auf Wiedersehen.